Welcome to Earl's Eats. My name is Earl, and today we're going to be making a dessert. It's going to be a miniature phyllo dough pie with Oreos inside, and this is actually going to look really impressive. It tastes amazing, and it's very simple and easy to make. And if you haven't worked with phyllo dough before, I highly recommend playing around working with phyllo dough because it makes really impressive looking desserts and doesn't take a lot of effort to make something great looking. I'm going to go over real quick what you need to make these Oreo filled phyllo dough mini pies. And you're obviously going to need some Oreos. We're going to use a little bit of Jack Daniels. I have green label here, but black label work just as well. You can also use rum alternatively. We have some vegan phyllo dough and earth balance. Also, you're going to need a mini muffin pan like this and a frying pan in order to clarify the butter in. And it will also be nice. Maybe you can find an alternative way to do this, but also going to need a pastry or basting brush. Next step is going to be clarifying the butter, and your basically vegan butter actually clarifies exactly like regular butter does. So you're going to put about 7-ish tablespoons inside your pan, and you're going to put it on high until it starts to bubble a little bit, and then turn it down to a simmer. And then you're going to leave it like that and let it simmer for about 10 minutes until the top forms kind of like a skin, and then you're going to slowly skim the top skin part off, and you should be left with a relatively clear substance. Come back about 10 minutes later. You can see this film-like texture has formed on top. If you go up and you skim, you can get a top layer like that off. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to start skimming this and taking the top layer of foam off. And there should be left with a liquid underneath that is much more translucent than regular melted butter. And we're gonna pour it into this bowl after that. So you have our butter. We're gonna take our Jack Daniels here. 1 tablespoon. It's a little extra. 2 tablespoons. Got just enough to make a decent sized Jack and Coke afterwards. It's all good. So now we're going to blend this up a little bit. Take this mixture, and we're just going to start painting basically these sheets of phyllo dough with the butter and Jack Daniels mixture. Now my phyllo dough hates me for some reason. I think I let it sit out for too long. But it shouldn't be an issue if it tears up a little bit because we're basically going to be crumpling these into balls. And that's actually going to give us a really unique texture when we have our finished product. So really just paint it just like that. And then you can almost even take about half a sheet of this. It might not behave as well as you want it to, and you're going to crumple it up just like that and place it in the bottom of your tin. You're going to repeat this and do this in the bottom of each tin until you have as many filled as you want to make mini pies. So I'm going to take our Oreos, slide the frosting out. I'm basically just gonna crush them up. There's a lot of ways you could do this. I'm kind of being a messy child because I don't own a rolling pin. You could really just put them inside of a plastic bag and go over them with a rolling pin. But you're basically just gonna take 1, maybe 2 cookies. If you're like me and feeling uppity. And crush them up and put them on top. Like that. And fill up each cup. Or the remainder of the space in each cup. There's something I didn't mention. And we have some sugar here. And you might be thinking there's already a lot of sugar. And there is. But we're going to need this later. And I'm going to include a guide on how to tell if your sugar is vegan or not in the description. Thank you. Anyway, basically we're just going to repeat what we did earlier, and we're going to paint the Phylo dough sheets, crumple them up, and then place them on top. We're going to very lightly coat the top of each one of these with a little bit of sugar. Just going to get it in there. Usually when I'm making these for like apple tarts, I'll actually put a little bit of sugar also inside the middle, but with these being Oreos, they're basically entirely sugar, so they really should not need sugar in the middle. I really wish you guys could smell what I'm smelling right now, because it actually just smells like some kind of Oreo magic. Anyway, gonna let these cool for about 10-15 minutes before taking them out. We're actually gonna take them out now. Just in the interest of you seeing one of these up close, I don't want to ruin the top too much. Kind of looks like that. You can see some Oreo chunks coming through, and I really wish you guys could smell this. It smells amazing. This is why I like working with Phylo dough so much, so you can see the crowning and just the spiky shapes on top. It just looks regal. It looks. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I plan on doing some more holiday-based things within the coming week. My finals are finally over and all my projects are done, so I actually have time to record again. I actually have been recently playing around with a Seitan Wellington, and I plan on doing something for that next.